अगर आप भी यहाँ पर आकर इंटरव्यू देना चाहते हैं तो वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में आपको एक गूगल फॉर्म मिलेगा, जाकर आप वो गूगल फॉर्म भर दीजिए, फिर आपका भी इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल होगा और आप भी यहाँ पे आके इंटरव्यू दे पाएंगे। और अगर आप जावास्क्रिप्ट को 0 से एडवांस लेवल तक मास्टर करना चाहते हैं तो आप हमारा द कंप्लीट जावास्क्रिप्ट कोर्स फॉलो कर सकते हैं, जो कि आपको यूट्यूब पे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिल जाएगा। उस कोर्स का भी लिंक मैं आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा। और अगर आप पूरा का पूरा फ्रंट एंड ही पढ़ना चाहते हैं, HTML से लेके CSS, जावास्क्रिप्ट, रिएक्ट, गिट एंड गिटहब, npm, टेलविंड, रिएक्ट, रिडक्स, ये सारी चीजें अगर आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो उसका भी मैंने एक कोर्स बनाया है, पूरा कंप्लीट फ्रंट एंड बूट कैंप। उस कोर्स का भी लिंक मैं आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा। आपको हर एक कोर्स फ्री में मिल जाएंगे, तो आप जरूर से जाके इन कोर्सेज को चेकआउट करिए। तो चलिए अपने वीडियो को कंटिन्यू करते हैं। हाय अंकित, हाउ आर यू?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, just
How about you?
introduce yourself. Yeah, I'm also good. Introduce
Yep.
yourself then.
My name is Ankit Kumar Tripathi, and it's been 1 year. Like I'm working in Bangalore, Deloitte, as a full stack developer. But till now, I have only worked on the front end part. But for 1.5 month, I have been into Nest.js microservices. So I'm very new to it, and uh, the technologies I have used there, React. And for styling, I use Tailwind CSS and Node.js and JavaScript.
Okay, that's good.
Um, yeah.
So if I ask you to rate yourself in CSS and JavaScript and
In
React,
CSS, okay. In CSS, I would rate myself 6 out of 10
okay,
or maybe 7. Or in JavaScript, I would rate myself 7,
okay,
and in React, I would rate myself 8.
okay, that's good. So this interview will divide mainly in three parts. First
Mm-hmm.
part will be like theoretical questions. I will ask some question, you will just explain. Then output-based questions. I will ask you some JavaScript questions. And then the last part will be machine coding round, where I will ask you to build something.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Each round will be 20 minutes. We'll try to keep it under 20 minutes, but it can go up to 30 minutes. Okay, so max 30 minutes. We'll try
Yep.
to finish one round. Okay.
I'm
So,
not, just a second. Just a second. I'm getting a
okay.
call.
Okay,
Can you
sure.
just hold? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm back. Thank you. Thank you for holding.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start with HTML first.
Yep.
So in HTML, why do we use doc type?
To tell that it is a HTML document or still, or I think it was introduced in HTML5.
Okay.
Uh, Not sure about it, but yeah.
Hmm. Okay, that's not the perfect answer,
Yeah.
but like it is
That
like it was before HTML5 also, but it
okay.
was written in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
and no problem.
what's the use for it? I mean, I don't know it.
Okay, so basically it is used to tell the version of HTML. So before
Okay.
HTML5, there was HTML4. So in the HTML4, we used to write doc type and some other things to describe the version of document, HTML
Okay.
document. And in
Nice.
HTML5, we write only doc type, which means it is 5. That's it. We don't write version number.
Okay.
Okay. So why do we use semantic tags in HTML?
So semantic tags were introduced in HTML5, and they describe it. Semantic elements describe its meaning to both to the browser and to the developer. So let's suppose we are building a nav bar. So instead of using only div, we can use a nav element, which is a semantic element. So we can clearly understand that it is a nav, right?
Yeah.
And so it enhances the readability and accessibility for the browser. So
Okay.
uh, we can make entire web page using div only, but if you use header, nav, aside, so it makes browser help and the developer to understand the code, and it
Okay.
helps SEO as well.
Yeah. That is also very important thing. SEO.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So can you tell me what are attributes in HTML?
So we give attributes to the HTML elements. So we can uh, we can modify this like we can size, color, style. So these are the attributes. So we can enhance some more additional features to the elements, right?
Okay. Yes, yes, that's correct. Now, like we can connect CSS file to our HTML document, and like how many ways can you connect? Like write. Let's say how
So
many
I have
ways you can write CSS.
first of all we can use the inline styles, and
Yes.
we can use the style tag in the HTML document, right? So
Yes.
we don't have to create another file. And the third one would be we can create a separate file, and we can then connect using a link tag, right?
Okay.
We can give the reference of that file,
Okay.
and we can use some external libraries such as Tailwind CSS or or any CSS framework, right? Just right, like Bootstrap.
Okay. Let's skip that because those are all external kind of thing. Like
Yeah, yeah.
those are externally connected.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
said. Like
Uh,
these are the external
so
libraries or
mainly,
frameworks.
uh, apart from frameworks, like there are mainly three ways, right?
Yeah.
So out of these three ways, which one has more importance? Like, can you tell me the order of importance which will be applied?
So you are asking what is specificity, right? So inline style has the more uh, importance. So if we use inline style, it will take preference, and
Okay,
if we use the file separate file, then it will take the second preference.
okay, and there are
These
three
two I
ways.
know.
Okay, so there were three ways, right? So which one will have
Uh,
least
the
preference?
second one would be middle one, right? The first is inline style, then that style tag,
Okay,
and then third one would be the separate.
okay, 1 second. Maybe there is some issue in my network. Let me check. Hello. Yes, there was some issue from my side in network. Can you hear me now?
No issues. Yes, yes, I can.
Okay. So basically, you said the maximum priority is given to inline, and
Inline
then
styles, yeah.
internal, and then
Yeah,
external.
then the external file. Yeah.
Okay,
Is it correct?
we'll see it later. It is not correct. Okay,
Okay.
like
Okay.
first sentence is correct, and then like inline have the maximum priority. Then
Hmm.
like the other two, that statement is not correct.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So like, can you explain me the difference between a div and a span?
So div is a block element. So if we give some content to the div, right, let's say a simple text, so it will take the entire that line, so entire block. And if we use span, that is an inline element, it will only take that space, right? It, it needs.
Yes.
It will not take the entire block.
Yeah. So basically, that is also like the difference between inline and block, right?
Yep. Yep.
So can you give me other examples of inline elements
Inline elements. Uh, mm,
apart from span?
I don't remember. And
I will give you
you
one
can give
example.
you
One
can
example.
give me the can you give me the options?
Okay. Paragraph,
Yeah.
bold tag,
Paragraph is not
bold
uh, uh,
tag.
bold. The bold tag is a inline element, I guess.
Okay. So
And the paragraph is not paragraph is not a inline element. It is a block element.
hmm. Okay. So I I gave you one like one end. Like bold is correct. Bold is
Hmm.
inline element. Do you remember any
Hmm.
other element?
No,
No,
I
no
don't
problem.
remember right now.
Okay, okay. So do you know, and like let me tell you, like there is anchor tag that is also inline.
Yes. Ye- Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Use it for links.
And image tag is also inline. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So no problem. Any other difference apart from like between inline and block apart from this that the
We
block takes
cannot
full
give
width?
the padding to the inline elements.
Padding we can give.
Uh, Sorry, height and width we cannot give it.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. We
First, we
cannot give.
have to make them inline block or block. Then we can use width and height for inline
Okay.
elements.
Yes, that's true. But what will happen in case of image? Will height and width work?
Uh, if we make it as block,
Like every time you give height and width to image, do you give it display block or inline block?
no.
But it works, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why it works?
Uh, I don't know the reason, but it works.
Yeah, so basically there are two types of inline elements.
Okay.
There is one uh, replaced inline and non-replaced inline.
Oh, I
Replaced
didn't
inline
know that.
means, yeah, replaced inline means those elements which come through some external URL. For example, image comes through a source, right? So that is an
Mm-hmm.
example of replaced inline. And
Mm,
same is the case for this video and
mm.
iframe. All these are
Oh,
replaced, but height and width, margin, padding, everything will work. Okay,
okay.
it is it is
Oh,
inline, but it doesn't work like inline. Only like it takes the width of its content. That's it.
yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's very subtle thing. Not everybody notices.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So I have explained this in one of my video in box CSS box model video. I've explained
Yeah,
this, right?
I would definitely check it out.
Yeah. There are three videos. In the third video, I've explained this on box
Yep.
model.
Mm.
Okay. So yes, that's okay. Now let's come to CSS. Can you tell me full form of CSS?
Cascading styles sheet.
Okay. Style sheet, whenever we heard the term style sheet, you understand that the sheet where we'll write our styles, right?
Yeah.
So what does it mean by cascading, the first word? Can you explain that?
I don't know.
Okay. So that comes from the cascade rule in CSS. Do you know cascade rule?
No.
Okay. So that rule is so important that it is present in the name of CSS. Okay.
Okay.
So you must know that. So
Okay.
uh,
Let me write down all these things.
okay. Okay, you can write, you can note it down. Or if you want, like I'll add timestamp to this video. So You can
Yep.
uh,
Yep.
you can get all the questions easily. Maybe you can write down timestamps. I'm not sure if I will write or not.
So I would write down the topics which I need to study.
Yeah, and all the topics, all the question, any question that I ask,
Mhm.
definitely I would have made a video on this. So I will not
Okay.
ask anything which I have not have made a video. So you just
Mm.
write that word and write my channel name. You will get that video.
Yeah.
Cascading in CSS, you will get that video.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So do you know is specificity in CSS?
Yes. The preference, like if there are two classes on the same element, and we are defining the same style for both. So it
Okay.
depends on the specificity, specific, and
Yeah, that
I
is a
can't
time
pronounce it.
importance. You can say it is very
Yeah, very
difficult.
important. So which style will take over on each other. So that defines by that importance.
Okay.
So there are four values, I guess, in specificity. Uh,
Three
I don't
values.
remember.
There are three values.
Yeah, three values, right? So
Yes.
it defines the importance, which style will take over, which style will get affected on that elements if two styles are merging on conflicting.
Okay. Okay. That's partially correct. It is not 100% correct.
Mm,
Right. But partially correct. You can be more precise on this. Okay.
yeah,
Uh, now, can you tell me what is a default value of position property?
position. So the default property, I don't know. It must be relative.
No, it is not relative.
Okay. No, I don't have any idea about it.
Okay. Do you know
Default
what are
property.
okay? Do you know what are possible values of what are
Yeah.
all
So
possible values?
the possible values are relative, absolute, fixed, or sticky,
Okay.
and yeah. So I don't know the default value.
Yeah. So basically, the default value you have not set in this one. Like
Okay.
you
That's
because
why.
we don't use that default value ever because but that is
Yeah.
by
That's why.
default. That is
That's
static.
why. Okay.
Static.
Static.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is by default it is static.
For all the elements, right?
Yeah,
Mm,
for all the elements.
yeah.
I'm not like all the elements. It is static unless we give something else. It is static by default.
Mm.
Okay. So what is difference between position absolute and position relative?
So I will take an examples. Let's suppose I have a web page and I want to create a button to the bottom rights, right? So I will give position relative to the container to the outside div, and will give position absolute to the that button. Then so that button is relatively taking position to the entire web page, right? So then I can give values to the bottom zero, right zero, so that we can we can put that button to the bottom right. It will take reference to the outer div or outer
O-
element, whatever we use.
Okay, if we don't give position relative to the outer div, what
It
will
will
happen?
take the reference of the entire web page. So the entire screen, we can say.
Okay, so for like, do we should we use position absolute for a button? Is it a good thing?
It's, it is a not good thing. Let's suppose you have used Twitter, right? So there is a button, plus button, right? That button is absolutely positioned there. So if we scroll the feed, that button is not moving.
Okay,
So that is an example of absolute position.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it
So
is an
it is a
example of
not.
fixed.
Uh, yeah, we can. I mean, this can be the example, but I have made a project there. There I have used the absolute positioning for that kind of button. If
Okay,
he scrolling the feed,
yeah,
the button will not move. That will stay there.
okay, okay, okay. That's and then what is the use for relative position? only for something, some absolute button or absolute element to be relative to that parent. Do we use for that only, or it can be used for something else?
So I didn't understand. Can you just repeat it?
Like, can you explain the use of relative positioning? Why do we use relative?
So we can, if we give relative position to some elements, then if in the children elements, we can take reference of that parent estimate, parent element, we can say.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't know what's the use of it.
Mm. Basically, we can also move relative elements.
Hmm.
Whenever we give position relative, we can give top, bottom, left, right, and we can move
And
it.
okay, nice. Just write down.
Yeah, so position is one of the important thing, and if you learn it properly, you will never fail making responsive layouts. So
Hmm.
basically, we should avoid using positioning. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
should try to do using flex or
yeah.
margin.
Flags,
Like,
great.
yes. So in very specific situations we use positions.
Hmm.
Okay, now let's move to JavaScript part. Can you tell me, is JavaScript single-threaded or multi-threaded?
It is single threaded. It has only one thread, and which is called main thread.
Okay, so
Uh, yeah.
when you say it is single-threaded, what do you mean by that?
So the thread is just a simply a process which runs our program, and it only can run one task at a time. It
Yes.
cannot run multiple tasks at a time.
Okay, then how does it handle asynchronous operations?
It
Like,
it handles asynchronous operations by event loop. Event loop has multiple threads, and it has something called micro task. So it
mm,
takes the task into the micro task, and whenever that uh, callback is completed, and it moves to the execution context, so maybe,
call
and then
stack?
it runs. Yeah, call stack. So in
Okay.
call stack, the execution context is created.
mm, Okay. Okay, so in how many ways can we create variable in JavaScript?
So we can use var, we can use let, we can use const. Earlier we used to create variables with var. Now
Okay,
we only
so
use let and const.
yeah, can you tell me difference between var and let?
So var is function scope, and the let and const is block scope.
Yeah.
And where gets hosted, and let and const also are hosted, but it seems like they are not being hosted because of something called TDZ,
Okay.
temporal dead zone, and but they lie on that scope, but before their declaration we cannot use it, so that part is TDZ for those variables.
Yes. Yeah,
Technically
that's
they are hosted.
okay. Okay, so what will happen if we try to access var declare variable before initialization?
So we will, before initialization, we will get undefined, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and for in case of let variables, let
Uh,
or const.
we will get an error, reference error, that we cannot use x variable before initialization.
Yes, that's true. Can you explain me what are promises in JavaScript?
So promises is just like a container for future value. Like, so let me take an example. Let's say we are calling something, some API, and we don't know that API will return something, or something relevant data or not, or it will return an error. So it just return a promise that yes, if it is resolved, I can run this code, or if it rejects, I can run this code. So we don't know it is the future value. So
Okay,
yeah,
so basically you told like how the
yes, it
promise
just
works.
it is yeah. So it is just an object.
Yeah, that is an object. Yes,
No.
that's true. From the perspective of JavaScript, it is object.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Now, like if we have one promise and if we have one set timeout, so
Hmm.
let's say if we start the set timeout first
Hmm.
and then like there is one promise below it, and if we resolve the promise immediately, so which one will run first? Like both will go to the queue, okay?
So I think
And
it depends on the order. So there are 3 to 4 tasks, micro tasks. Sorry, I mean queues are there in event loop. So it depends on the order of that queue. So if we
okay,
remember that queue order, so we
mm,
can definitely answer it. But for now, I can't.
mm,
I can't answer it.
okay, okay,
I think yeah. So that I think the input IO queue, and there are 4 to 5 queues in event loop.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Can you tell me the difference between like whenever we use query selector to select multiple elements, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes we use get element by class name. So what is difference between the return value of both? Like,
Return value both what?
so let's say on your page, on your HTML file, you have four
Mm-hmm.
cards, like four divs on which the class is given card. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you do document.querySelector dot card. What it will return? It will return like array-like thing which will have all the card,
No,
right?
it will return the first element, first card. If you use get query select query selector,
Uh, uh,
just it will return the first element.
like query selector all, I'm saying.
So no,
If we
it will
use,
return a node list. It will return a node list array.
yeah,
Yeah,
it will
but
return a
we
node
cannot
list.
use array methods on it.
Okay, okay, which like can we use for each on that?
No.
Mm, for each we can use
First,
on that.
okay.
Map filter we
We can
cannot
we
use, I
can
think.
yeah, right.
Mm.
Correct.
Like
So
it
first
has
we have
few
to
few methods of array. Like
first we have to convert it to the array, then we can use map and filter.
yes,
So for each I can we can use, right.
yeah. And
Mm.
if we use document dot um, get elements by class name, and we get give the class that card class, what that will return? Like query selector returns node list.
So it will also return the first card.
Get elements by class name. So it returns array like thing.
Okay, so it will select all the cards, right?
Yeah, it will select all the
Okay.
cards. So will it return array, node list, or something else? That is the question.
Uh, it will return it will return a node. It will return an array of
No,
elements.
it will return an HTML collection, and it
Okay.
doesn't even have for each method. It is like it is similar to array, but it has even zero methods of array. And there is a difference, like there is another difference between node list and HTML collection. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now let's move to React. Okay, let me
Yeah.
ask some questions. Why do we need React? Why do you think we need React?
So we can create applications using JavaScript itself, but it is very complex to synchronize the state, right? So we can first we have to, let's suppose we are clicking a button, then we have, and on clicking of button we need to update the UI. So there are two things to update. So first we need to update the text, and then and the local state value, right? So in React we can use something called a state, and it synchronizes the state to the UI, right?
Okay, yeah, that's true. So, do you know this thing called declarative programming and imperative programming?
I have heard about it, but I don't know what's the difference.
Okay, so basically, React is a declarative way of programming, and
Okay.
JavaScript is an imperative way of programming. So, like, why it is like this? What is declarative imperative? You can learn it later. Okay.
Yeah. Let me just write it down.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
what
And
is
React is component based, and JavaScript is not. We
yeah?
can reuse the logic, and we can reuse the UI logic and the other JavaScript logics using custom components, custom hooks.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
not that's the feature of it.
Okay. So, in React, like, what is a React element? Can you tell me what is React element? I'm not asking what is a
So
React component.
sorry, I didn't listen. Can you
Yeah,
repeat?
I'm not asking what is React component. Okay,
Okay, React
what it?
element. We can create elements using React.create element. First, we have to give the content. Then the second part would be the props,
Okay.
and the third part would be children, I guess.
First
Third
part will
argument.
be the element name. Is it a div? Is it a
Yes,
span?
right. So if it
Uh,
is a header or div or something
yeah,
else, second part would be a second argument would be the props,
yeah,
and the last one would be the content.
yeah. So we can create element using React.create element. That's
Yes,
true. But what is React element?
sorry, I don't know about it.
Okay. Okay, the thing that will be returned by React.create element, create element, and it will be an object. Okay. So
Okay. Okay.
when making your applications, let's say you are making application, do you ever use or do you ever create element, React element?
We use in index.js, the first file we use. There we use created element. We create the root element.
No, we don't create element there. It is like
We,
create document dot
yes,
create
we.
root,
Oh, sorry.
like React dot.
We render there, right?
Uh,
We use root.render, so we don't create that element.
do we create anywhere else in our application? Do you find
No, I
anyone?
haven't used it.
Hmm. Okay, basically, whenever you write JSX in your
No,
component,
so internally it creates the element
yeah,
when we write the JSX, but we manually don't write it.
yes, yes, that's correct. So basically, you manually don't write React.create
Yeah,
element,
yeah. So
but
the entire JSX is converted to the React elements, right? Then it
yes,
it executes our code. So it can't understand the JSX format
okay,
because browser only understand the HTML and JavaScript and the
okay,
CSS.
okay. Like, can you explain virtual DOM? What is virtual DOM in React?
So virtual DOM is a lightweight copy of real DOM, and we all know that modifying the real DOM is very costly. So React uses this approach to create a virtual DOM for a particular state, and whenever some node gets changed in the virtual DOM, so it creates a new virtual DOM. So it is very lightweight. So yeah,
Okay,
it's just a lightweight copy of real DOM. It do not directly modify the real DOM. It makes it fast.
okay. Uh, why do you think modifying real DOM is costly? Like
Mm,
performance heavy?
yeah, it is related to performance, but I don't know the exact reason.
Okay. Okay, have you seen the virtual DOM? Like you can see
Mm,
components, you can see all the DOM
uh,
thing. Have you seen
no,
virtual
no,
DOM?
no, no. It is
Oh,
it happens in the JavaScript engine, or I think React uses a reconciling process. So it has a fiber tree. It creates fiber tree inside each virtual DOM, so we cannot see it.
okay,
We
we can
can
see it actually. It is possible to see virtual DOM how it looks like. Okay.
have
So
to install some extension, or by default we can see it?
no, you have to just know debugging, how to debug, how to.
Okay,
Okay, so I have shown in my React course how to see the virtual DOM. So there will be
okay,
one video on virtual DOM in which I have shown it. So you can see
okay.
also, you can just not learn theoretically that this is virtual DOM, that is virtual DOM. DOM is just an
Okay.
object. Okay, it is nothing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
actual
right.
DOM is also an object. The full form is also document object model, and
Yeah, right.
virtual DOM is also an object. So I've
Yep.
shown the comparison, like why virtual DOM will be expensive, why the real DOM, why the real DOM will be expensive to write, and virtual DOM is easier to perform any operation. Okay. Okay, now let's move to some output-based questions. I will send you some JavaScript code snippets. So you can share your screen and
Yep.
open VS Code.
Is it visible now?
Yes, I can see your screen. So yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Can you zoom your VS Code?
Yeah, yeah, just
Yes,
is
and
it fine?
yes, that's fine. And close that file file menu,
Which one?
like in the left side file menu. Yes, yeah. Zoom little bit more. Control plus once, just once. Yes, now it's fine. Yeah, so I have sent you some code snippet.
Okay. So where is a variable? It is in the global scope, and we have a function there. So we can access that x here, and we are defining x. It will create a property in the window object. So then it will. So the output would be 20. I think.
Okay, why do you think? Can you explain?
Yes. So x is it's in the global scope, and when we call this function, so it will execute this line and it will print as 20 because currently x is 20. Then we are redefining that x variable as 10.
Okay, okay, you can check now what will be output.
This undefined.
Okay, and do you understand why it is undefined?
Hmm, I'm trying to figure it out. So this is the same scope. X is defined here. I don't know the reason.
Okay, also can you zoom in your console also and increase the height of console because we'll be mainly seeing the console. One more step, one more zoom.
Zoom, right?
That's it.
Mm,
Yes.
what is giving it's undefined? So these two in the global scope, right?
Yeah. First X is
So
in the global scope.
sorry.
Yeah, first X is in the global scope.
Yes, right. So it will create an X property in the window object.
Yes.
So we can access that X variable there.
Yeah, we can access that. But what happened if we don't create the If you just comment out line number 5, just comment out line number 5.
Mhm.
Now save it. Now you will
It
get
is
20.
20.
So, do you know concept of hoisting?
Yeah, I know. So hoisting is the feature. So we can use some type of variables and functions before its initialization. So it in the creation phase of execution context, our code is scanned, and for each variable and function, a new property is created in the execution context variable environment. So
Yeah,
it
so
happens, and where variables are hoisted, and
yes,
this function declaration is also hoisted.
yes. So, like, can you explain me execution context? When does it happen?
So,
And yeah,
execution context have two phases: creation phase and execution phase. In the creation phase, the environment variable is created, and this keyword is assigned to each function and each scope.
okay. So,
So,
does this thing execution
but
context is created only once in our
no,
program?
no, for each function it is created.
Yeah. So one for global file, and then for each
Yes,
function, every time
yeah,
the function is called, the execution context is created.
yeah, and when it finishes its execution, it wipes out from the all stack.
Yeah, so here for this foo function,
Mhm.
execution context is being created, and
Right.
that var x on line number 5, if you just
Mhm.
uncomment that, so this in this execution context, this variable is created and undefined is assigned into it, right? And
Okay,
when
okay. So it is not taking a reference of this. So
yeah,
this is a function scope, and it is being hoisted. So
yeah,
and if you use variable var variables, we get undefined. Right. I
yeah.
understand. I
So
understood
this
this.
foo function will look for the nearest scope variable.
Yeah, right,
Okay.
right, right, right.
So it has the x variable in its own scope where undefined is
Mm,
stored. That's
right.
why it
So
is getting.
I was going to the up to the lexical scoping
Okay. Can you copy the line number 4 and paste it out on line number 8?
here, right?
Yes. So and delete line number 1. Delete line number 1. Now, actually, right now, can you
Yeah, I have
can you
closed
just
that.
disable the auto save feature so that we can save and check? Because
Okay.
sorry, yeah, auto save, it is not that. Click on the three line on the VS Code icon, near the VS Code icon on the top. There will be one three line menu. No, 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 no. In the top left corner, yes, file and autosave below. One more, yeah, yes, yes. Now don't save it until you tell the output. Okay.
Okay.
So what will be output on line number 8? Yeah,
On line number 8. So just this x is not defined
yes.
because that x is it's inside that function, and where is functions. This
Okay,
x is not
yeah,
defined, we will get an error.
okay. And yeah, that's true. Now if we try to access type of X, what will happen? If you just change
Mm,
X to type of X,
type of thing.
type of space X.
It will say mm, so x is not defined. It will throw an error.
Okay, you can check now in this case.
Okay,
So
undefined. So type
eh,
of undefined is undefined, that I know.
so if you just give any variable name, just give your name instead of X,
Okay.
it will give undefined. It doesn't have to do anything with the upper code. Any variable which is not defined, it is giving undefined.
You're right. That's strange.
This is strange,
Yeah.
uh, but this is how
So
it is.
will it create that variable in
It
the
is not
window object?
created. It is not created.
Okay.
You can try to access that variable below. You can just try to console log Ankit below or here anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. That means
Why?
that variable has been created, but the
Okay,
value has not been assigned.
okay, Ankit, what it is giving from line number 9, what it is giving nothing. Actually, you have selected,
Okay, okay. It is
you are
giving
not showing
nothing.
the error messages. Yeah,
Okay.
so don't
Ankit is
select.
not
Now, in this
defined.
case, only error will come. Select on the first one. Yeah, close this. Yes. So
So it is not
it is not
creating.
created even if you use
Yeah.
the type.
This is very strange.
Yes. So and now remove the type of and console log X only. We'll do some changes in our code. Yeah. And if you remove var keyword and leave it X equal to 10, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. What will be output here? Don't use let. Don't use let.
Which one? So which one I should
Don't use
use?
anything. X equal
Okay.
10. That's it.
So by default, it will create the where keyword, right?
Okay. So
As
by
far
default
as
it
I
takes
know.
var keyword. So
Hmm.
what will be output
So,
from line number 8?
so, so it will be same like X is not defined.
Okay. Okay, you can save and check.
I know I'm going to be. It is 10.
Yeah, so whenever we
Why?
don't use any keyword, it doesn't act like var. Okay.
Okay. So it will create
A global
an
variable. It creates a
hmm,
global variable. Now remove line number X, like line number 8, and put it
okay.
above line number 4.
This one, right?
Yeah, put line number 8 on above. Yes. What will be output now?
So it it will be 10.
Like
So
before
first
assigning,
uh,
we are
if
trying to access before assigning.
mm, it will return undefined, I guess.
Okay. Okay, you can save it. It
Uh,
doesn't work like var. It doesn't even hoist.
so
Okay.
I'm comparing that global object with the where. That's why I'm
Uh,
getting these
uh,
wrong answers.
yeah.
I should not
Uh,
compare
so
them.
in this case, in the memory creation phase, X is not created at all. It
Okay,
is
this is not.
created in the code execution phase on the fly.
Mm, okay,
Okay.
so this is not
Well,
being scanned.
yes.
Right.
So if I like if you just put it below like below line number 5, so that is simple. Like that will give 10. Save it.
Yes, right.
Save
This will
it.
give 10. Mm,
Yeah. Now come to HTML file. Come to the HTML file and here put on a script tag, put type equal to module. Now you saved it.
oh,
Okay, 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 no problem. Okay, so
in the habit.
yeah, why this error is coming now? If we put type equal to module,
Which one? This is the access not defined error coming
yes,
from.
from line
Okay,
number 4.
it was not earlier. Yes.
Yeah, just remove type equal to module, that error will go.
Hmm.
Do you know why it is coming?
Type is. We have. mm, So X is a global variable, and this file is now converted to module. So we cannot use any
We are not
variable.
trying to access it globally, like we are accessing it inside the function where it is declared in the same file. right?
Oh, I don't have any idea about it.
Okay, no problem. Basically, what happens in this case, whenever we put
Mhm,
type equal to module, and
mhm.
now remove the type equal to module, remove it. So whenever we put type equal to module, it enables strict mode. Do you know that?
Yes, I know.
And in
Mm,
strict mode,
So,
this is
so
not
that's
allowed. Yeah.
yes.
In
This
strict
is how
mode,
I use it.
yeah. In strict mode, we cannot create a variable without using the three keywords.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's nice.
Okay. Now let's move
Yeah,
to our new question.
yeah.
These are
A
difficult
lot of
questions I'm
questions.
asking. These are
A lot
difficult
of
questions.
lot of no no lot of questions in this simple function.
Yes, lot of
I
possibilities are there.
I got to learn a lot of things.
Yes.
Let me just write it down. Like,
You can, what you can do, you can comment this code so that you will
yeah,
find the code also. Don't delete
yes,
the code completely.
yeah.
Okay. I have sent you a new question. You can copy that. So these are difficult questions I'm asking. Okay.
Mm.
So,
No worries, no worries.
so if you don't get it right, don't worry.
Ah, no, I'm enjoying actually.
Uh,
Yes, I have not saved it. Okay, so first we are calling that method, so we can call it definitely, and we are creating a foo variable. Mm, Variable name is same. Will not. Hold on. It will say foo is not callable, or
Who is not a function, something like this.
yeah, foo is not callable, or foo is not a function. Is it?
Okay. So error will come on line number 12, right?
Yes.
And nothing will be printed in the console.
I know I'm wrong because let me just try it.
You can take time. So basically, you need to run the JavaScript execution in your mind. Then you'll be able
Yeah,
to
yeah,
answer it.
yes, yes. It will scan. So both of these statements will hoisted. So this will be undefined, and this will be a function, and we can call it that function before its declaration. But the main question is they are conflicting. It will give an error, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
Can I
You can
save it?
save. You can save it.
Okay,
So for the first call, it did not give error. For the
okay.
second call,
And
it gave error.
for the first call, this one, right? Hmm. Okay. For this one. Right.
So can you explain now? Did you understand?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So what happens? The code before the execution phase, this memory creation phase will run, and JavaScript engine will see the foo keyword. It will create the foo name variable in the global scope and assign undefined to it. It will
Right.
move. It will move next below, and below it will see the function, and its name is foo. So what
Mhm.
it will do is it will, in the global scope, it will create foo and it assigns the function as it is, right, in the memory
Yeah, right.
execution phase.
Yes, right.
So basically the undefined will be replaced with this function. Okay. So
Okay.
first undefined will be stored in the foo, and then
Hmm.
function is will be stored in the foo.
Or
Okay.
and if what if we console it the foo here?
Yes.
What will we get?
Yeah, we'll get the function. Save it.
Now I understand.
Yeah,
Now I
so
have understood.
yeah, you understood, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
just replacing the value.
yes.
Nice.
Okay, you can comment out. I will send you another question.
Mm. So we are running a loop. We are running 3 times. That timeout I would be 1, and we are running it after 1 second. So this is function. This is not a function. This is a block. I would be 1. 1 second. I have seen this question. I know the output, but I don't know the reason.
Okay, so
I will.
yeah,
We,
basically in my videos you have seen. Yeah,
yeah. I don't remember, but I have seen this somewhere. So I will.
okay.
We will get 1 1 1. I guess.
No, 1 1 is not the right answer.
Okay. 1 and so what I am thinking. This is not a function, and where is function scope?
Yes,
And this is also a function. So here it is. Okay. It will look to the parent function, parent scope. It will get I. First time it will print I after 1 second. Then it will run again. 3 to 1.
in the reverse order, 3 2 1.
Yes, because of this set amount.
No, 3 2 1 is not correct.
Okay. 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 Then I have to run it. I don't know
Okay,
the answer.
okay. You can save it.
Oh, okay. Interesting. 4 times 4. 3 times
Three.
4.
Yes.
Hmm.
Do you have any idea why it is coming?
I'm just running it. So it will take I as 1 and it will come here and it will not immediately run it, right? It will
Yes.
assign this callback function in the somewhere in the queue, and it will again increment I. Again, it will happen. Yes. So I the value of I is changing, like incrementing, but the callback function is not running.
Yes.
It's going in the queue, and once all the timeout finishes, it will run. So at that time, the value of I would be 4. So it will console 4 3 times.
Yes. That's true.
Uh,
So by
and
the time the set timeout runs, the value of
yeah,
I has
yeah,
already increased to 4.
yes, yes. And at 4, it will come out from the loop.
Hmm. So if I ask you to fix this, can you fix? Fix
So
means
what should be the answer? What
yeah,
fixed you want
yeah.
to do?
1, 2, 3, like 1 to 3. It should be like this.
Okay. 1, 2. Oh, okay. We cannot assign it, right?
Okay, will this fix?
No, no, no. I'm just figuring it out. It will say it will do the same thing, right? It will just assign it, but it will not run it. Uh, what what can we do here? 1, 2, 3. Will not run this. So if we if we remove that set amount,
Yeah, we have to keep it. If we remove it, that will be obvious. Even in case
yes,
of var, it will be 1, 2, 3.
yes, yes, yeah.
Hmm.
The only output should be 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes, yes.
It will not come inside that set amount immediately. Even after if I give it to the 0,
Yes.
no, I'm not able to figure it out.
Okay, you can save it, and it is fixed.
Ah,
I don't know why it is fixed.
mm, so where was functions? It will is something related to scoping, but
Hmm.
I here. No, I'm not able to.
Okay. Okay, basically, this let is a block scope,
Hmm.
but the question is we have not created that I inside the block of for, right? We have created it outside of the for.
Yeah, so this is
Out.
the block.
No,
Yes.
that is not the block. That is a function. That is a
Yes, yes.
callback function. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a block of the function, and we are not. So this would act as a global object, right? For this callback function. For
No, it will not act as a global variable.
method. Yeah. How is
So
working?
it will act like a block scoped variable. So basically, the loop will run 3 times and 3 different I variable will be created, not one. There will be 3 different I. So you need to understand this, why this happens. On this specific topic only, I have created one video. You don't
Okay.
know for loop and how that this scoping works in case of for loop. I have explained. So even
Okay.
if we remove curly bracket of for loop, yellow
Yeah.
curly bracket,
Yes. Yes. So because this is a single
this
statement,
is single statement. So if we remove that curly block also,
it will work, right?
this will work. So without using block, here block scope is being created. Block scope is created when we create a variable inside block, right?
Right.
Here, block is what? That curly bracket is a block, right?
Yeah.
But even if we don't use block, the block scope will be created here if we
Right.
use that. So
For each iteration, it will create a new variable I.
yes, and then if it will create new variable, what it will assign to each iteration, right?
That's what I'm thinking. But it will create a new variable I, and it will assign. as one.
No, it will not assign one. It
Yeah,
is different
that's
case.
because it is, if it is creating new variable, then
Yeah,
okay,
that
it will take this value, right?
it will take the value of its previous iteration. Okay, that's how it will assign it.
This okay.
So if this is complex, I have explained in a video
Hmm.
how it
I
is
will.
working. You
For
don't
now,
know
I'm
for
not able to understand it because
yeah,
if that scope, that block is different, how can we access that previous value of I?
yes.
So, mm,
So this is basically JavaScript engine thing. It is a special case for block scoping.
mm.
It treats especially. The logic is written in the JavaScript engine
Okay.
separately.
Is it is a closure something?
Uh, kind of, we can say, yeah, it is closer.
Yes, because it remembers the previous value where this function, this callback method is created. So this is the global scope for for this callback function, and it remembers the environment variable, right? Variable environment for this parent
Yes,
application context, right? Even after that callback function has been done.
yes,
Right,
yes.
right, right. Got it,
So,
got
yeah.
it. Sure.
Okay, move to our next question.
Mm.
I will send you in the chat.
This is a very nice discussion we are having.
This. What will the order of output in this case?
Okay. It will not run. Promise.result.can. First, it will console end. Then, so it depends on the that use in the event loop. Which one will run first? I guess timers runs first. So the end. So output would be like and sorry, timeout, and then at last it will print promise.
Okay, okay,
Timers run first.
okay. You can save it and check.
And I think here can be the catch because we are resolving the promise immediately. Let's see. That's what I was thinking. We are resolving the promise immediately, so it will take the preference before the timer.
Okay. So basically, it is not because we are resolving it immediately. It is taking preference before. So
Uh,
there are not many callback queues, like there are not multiple queues in the callback. There are only two kind of queues. One is called micro task queue, and another
mhm.
is callback queue.
Which one?
So micro task queue,
Okay, what was the second one?
callback queue.
Okay.
Some people call it macro,
Mm.
but that is confusing. Macro and micro, if you just don't pronounce it very clearly, it is difficult to understand. So I prefer to call it callback queue and micro task queue. So micro task queue has more priority and promises go to micro task queue.
Okay, I
That's
have
why
a
it
question. I have a question. Uh, I have learned when I was learning the Node.js. So in the JavaScript engine, we have multiple queues like I input IO queue, and there were some timer queues, which,
no,
and then we have promise.
I don't know about these specific queues. I have not heard like this.
Okay. Okay.
I have learned like this only. Like there are queues and there are two queues.
Okay. The
Microtask queue.
microtask queue and the callback
Uh,
queue.
I have not heard of input output queue, timer queue. I
Right.
don't know this
So
one. Maybe
so maybe it only for the browsers, not for the
yeah,
runtime outside the for
yeah.
Node.js.
Maybe for Node.js it may be possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know that. I may be wrong. Like
No, no, no.
the,
I'm not even. I'm not sure.
we can search this later. But there are two queues: callback queue, microtask queue,
Mm,
promises, and mutation observers. Have you heard mutation observers?
no.
Okay, so those things, intersection observer, those things go in the microtask queue,
Mhm.
and the set timeout, like these are timers, and event listeners, these things go to callback queue, which have
Okay.
less priority. Okay, so if
So
something is
this.
okay, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. So promise will go into the microtask queue,
Yes,
and the microtask queue takes preference.
yeah. So if both have some callback functions, so microtask until the microtask queue finishes, callback queue callback functions will not run.
Okay.
So it has to empty microtask queue first. So
Mm,
this is what happened here. First microtask queue got emptied and then timeout ran.
yep.
Okay.
Got it. Got it.
Now let's move to new questions. I will send you the new question. I've sent you the next question.
Yeah. So this is an asynchronous function, and we are calling. Okay. This will this will give hello world.
Okay.
So the we are not assigning the function. We are just calling it, and the returned value will be assigned to the result, and the returned value is hello world.
Okay.
No, 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 no. It will return a promise of hello world.
Yes, that's
But
true.
this is the asynchronous function.
Yeah.
Asynchronous function always returns a promise.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, let
So
me let me
yeah, you
run
can check.
it.
Yeah, you can check.
Yes, it is promise.
Yeah. Now this promise is fulfilled. Okay.
Hmm.
If I want you to like if I want you to reject this promise, how you will reject this promise? The promise returned by foo function, which is an asynchronous function, I don't
Hmm.
want you to resolve it. I want you to reject it. So reject it with the value of hello world.
Okay, so we can here do we can return a new promise here.
Also, don't create a new promise. Uh,
Okay,
okay, you can try that. You can reject and okay, you can try. You can try. Let's see what happens.
reject. Okay, takes the reason.
Yes, basically that is a string that you want to reject with
Yes, yes,
hello
yes.
world. You can provide.
Uh, in that case, it will return. It will be rejected.
Yeah, so that's true. It is rejected, but don't use that. Don't use
Okay.
promise dot reject. Now
Okay.
how we will reject this?
So here it is returning the promise. So we can use the. Okay, no, we can handle it here, but can't.
Basically, I will give you some hint that you need to make some changes inside the function. Outside, it will be same. Like, we don't need to make any changes.
Mm, no, if you throw an error, will it return? Will it be rejected, or let's suppose I throw an error here. Error.
Yes.
That case, it will be rejected. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I wanted. I wanted you to throw the error. So basically, now I want you to make it pending. How we will make it pending?
Pending. Mm. If you return this set timeout,
Okay. Okay, you can try.
I'm not sure on this case. If we suppose pending, mm, I'm not clicking it.
Okay. Okay, comment out
Okay,
both lines. Comment out both lines and save. Save, let's see.
is
Fulfilled.
fulfilled.
Okay. So I also don't know that. I just asked. I thought if we don't return anything, it will not be fulfilled. So it is fulfilled using, uh, okay,
Yes.
pending. Maybe
Uh,
if we return a new promise, maybe we
yes,
have to
in
do
that
like that.
case, we have
You
to
can try.
manually set that.
Okay,
Or
just
if
try
we,
that. Just try return.
if we return that amount, what?
Set timeout. No, no, that will not, because set timeout returns a number. A number. Okay, you can try. You can just save it. It will be fulfilled with some number. See,
Yes.
because that ID, that is ID of set timeout.
Mm,
Return a new promise and don't resolve it. Yes, just like this. Yeah,
and
like this we can do. And any other way, I also don't know.
yes.
Okay, that was good. Now, change it back to return hello world. Remove extra lines. Change, remove, throw, remove this last line. Now, I want you to get the value of hello world inside result. I
We
don't want
can
it to be the promise.
return this. Okay. There's still a promise. Uh, so it will also be a promise. So you want me to console, right? The hello world.
No, in like I want you to create a new variable inside, like inside that variable, hello world should be there. You can do anything. Like you have
Okay.
freedom to
So
change code. So basically, in the
can
result variable, yes.
I can await this.
Okay,
And here, and I am using the top level await.
okay.
It is not working the top level because I'm setting the module. I can use a. Can I use a ify here
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that I can?
You can use if he.
Hmm, I, I will call this. Right. and await here. Now this value will be highlighted.
Yes, you can save it. Yes, that's good. Now let's move to our next question. So next question I will want you to type.
Okay.
Type it in the don't type in JavaScript file. Go to CSS file and type console.log. Let the error come. Console.log. Create one array with 1 and 2, 1 comma 2, triple equal to, triple equal to, uh, 1 comma 2 array in array.
This one, right?
Yes. So I want you to guess the output of this code.
It will be false.
Okay. Why it will be false?
Uh, uh, because it is comparing the reference of the array, right? So this
Yes.
array is an object in JavaScript. It is not
Okay.
being compared as the. It is not comparing the values. It is just comparing the references. It,
Yes,
it
that's
so it
true.
will be false.
That's true, right? That's true. So I have not asked you to type here because it tells the error upfront
Oh, okay.
that it will always be false. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I will send you next question. You can copy it.
Okay. Hmm. So we are creating an object. And this is the object. So we are assigning user into user two. So they both are pointing to the same object. If we change the name of the user to okay user two address dot city user one user. So we have assigned the user one to the user two. Now in that case, if we change user two or user one, it will change the values of this same object.
Yes, that's true. So and
So
now
if Mhm. Yeah,
yes, that's true. Like in this case, both will have Ramesh and Pune.
Ramesh and Pune, yeah. Name as Ramesh and city would be.
Okay, there is one more question. Like we have created this user2 variable using const.
Mhm.
So why are we able to
No,
change
so,
that?
so as I said that this is user one is pointing to a reference, so it is storing the reference value, right?
Okay.
It is not mutating the object. So we can if we try to assign user one to a new object, it will in that case it will throw an error.
Yes, yes, that's true. Okay. Now I want you to fix this and make it in such a way that if we change user2, only user2 changes. User1 is unaffected.
Okay, so for that we have to create this deep copy of this user. We can do this, but this will not change because it only works on the first level.
Yeah, so we want deep puppy here.
Yes, it will work for name, but for this case it will not work if I use object dot assign as well.
Yes.
So if I able to create the deep copy of this object, I can achieve that. No, No, I don't have
Okay.
any idea. So it will work for this name, but in
Yes.
JavaScript it will not work for this city one.
Yeah.
It only works for the first label.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you can. There are many ways to do deep copy.
Yeah, that
One way
yeah.
I will tell you that
Hmm.
you can put a comma after user one. So
Okay.
an address, type address colon.
So we are manually giving some values, no?
Yeah,
So
we
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 have
will not do like we can spread the address of user one.
okay.
Okay,
Understood.
so we are not
Yes,
creating it.
we can use something
Is
like
we will
uh
have to create a new object and spread. Create a new object
yes,
and dot dot
user
dot
one.
dot address.
Yes, that
So
we can do.
yeah, you can open the second user or first user you can open, and first user is unaffected now because we have created new object for address also.
Hmm. Yes, right. Understood.
Yeah, so this is one way, and this is not very efficient way. Let's say we
Yes,
have 10
yes.
level
That's
nesting, you have to do
yeah.
for each. So there are
So
different ways, like structured clone is a new way, and that is very good. If you just remove this everything behind user two, remove after equal to, you can remove everything.
this one.
Yes, and just type structured clone, structured, yes, and pass your user one.
So
It
this
will
is
do
an
deep copy of,
global.
yeah,
This
that
is a
is
global
globally,
function.
yeah, that is globally available function. Now you can save it and check it.
Okay.
It will work for infinitely nested objects. For user
Okay.
one, you can check.
So let's suppose I have address one.
Nest it. This is same label. It is not
Okay.
nested.
Sorry.
Put it
Let's
inside.
suppose I see. In that case, also it will work, right?
Yeah, you need to change in user to change
Hmm.
XYZ X value.
Address dot. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Open that address.
Hmm. So in that first case, it is same, but yes, X is changed.
Yeah. So there is one method JSON.stringify and then again parse it.
Yes. Actually, I knew that. I didn't remember that.
Hmm.
Third clone.
Okay.
Yes. We can move to the next question now.
Okay, I will send you next question.
Hmm. In each question, I'm learning something new.
Okay, thank you. It's good. I have sent you new a new question. You can copy it. Okay, what will be
Yeah.
the value of value? If we console log value, I have not console logged.
So we are creating an instance of ABC. Can we create it? So function is type function. Will it not throw any error?
No, it will not throw any error. Why do you
Okay.
think it will throw error?
Because we can create instance only of class types. No.
That's not true.
That's not true. Yeah. This is a type of function we can create. So value would be a function of this function ABC.
I didn't get, like, value
Oh,
of value will be a function.
yeah, this one.
Just rename result, change the value to result, because we are
Okay.
using value many times.
So the oh, I just saved
No,
it.
no, no, it's still, no problem, but still you are not getting the value of result because I have not put console logged. You are
Oh,
getting
okay,
the
right.
console log
Yes,
from
yes,
the
yes, yes.
function.
Yes, right, right. It has been called.
Yeah, that has been
It
called.
is not. It will be undefined, I guess, because the result would be the returned value of this function. It
Okay,
would be undefined, and it is not returning anything.
okay, we can check. Now just console log this. Okay,
It isn't.
which extension you have used this for?
I have extension so for console.log.
Okay, okay, that's good. Yeah, so what it is giving?
So it is then given an empty object
Yes.
and
Do you know
constructor
why?
is function. Okay. So it has created an object of
Yeah,
type function. Yeah, that's good. Can I assign some values here? Result dot
yes, of course.
xyz, because
You can do.
it is an object, right?
Yeah.
We can assign. Yes, nice.
So basically, if we use new keyword in front of any function,
Mhm.
uh, no, I will not tell that. I will tell you later. Now return something, return hi from that, because that will answer
Return
my next
ret-
question.
okay, return
Return
high.
return hi. Now what will be value of result?
It will create a new no,
New object.
no,
It will
one more.
be hi, right?
What I'm thinking that it will create a new property in the object, but that's not true.
Yeah.
It will be again the empty object.
Okay. Okay, you can save it. You have to console log result.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So the return keyword has no
effect
effect on
on that.
this. Let's return a new object from here. Let's see what happens. Return a new object with property name equal to, you can put your name. What will happen now?
It will be the same because return has no effect on this new constructor. It will be same.
Okay. Okay, you can save it.
Uh, Those it creates an new property here. If we use any object type, if I return 1, 2, 3, will it work?
Okay, you can test.
Yes, yes. If I use any primitive type, 1, it will not work.
Try to return function, return an anonymous function. Let's see.
Okay, yes, it returned a function.
Yeah.
Will it run? No.
It will run once you call the result, because the result is a function.
Yes. Hmm, good.
Yeah. So basically, if we return any non-primitive type, it will accept that.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's move to our React part. I think this
Okay.
is more than enough for JavaScript. So you can open your
Uh,
Vite server.
is already running.
Yeah, that's very good. You have already set up everything.
Zoom it out. Yes.
So
Hmm.
I will send you this code. You can copy it and paste it. Like only the component part you can copy, or you can copy everything and export default. Okay, we have already. So copy everything and paste in app. It will work.
Yeah.
Save it and see the screen, and don't click if some button comes, don't click on that. Export default. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there is one increment button, but because of tailwind it is not looking like a button. No
Yes.
problem. So if we click on increment button, what will happen? Don't click on that.
Hmm.
So what will be
So
printed in the console? What will come on the screen?
okay. So we have this increment button. We have an on-click event handler. So we are just setting the update. Setting the state will trigger a re-render of the component. It will update the count +1, 0 +1. The console would be 0 because in this snapshot of this component, the current value of state is 0. So
Okay,
it will not immediately run this, right? So state setting in React is asynchronous
okay.
and it happens in the next render. So on the screen it will be 1, but in the console it will be 0.
Yeah, that's true. You can save it and check it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
0 and it is
Basically, it is one step behind.
yes.
Okay. So there is one more question here. This count
Mhm.
variable we have created using const. So how
Mhm.
is it getting updated? How is it possible to update const?
That's nice question. In each render we are creating the new count, but
Okay.
anyhow the React internally uses the same value. It stores that value somewhere else
Yeah.
that we cannot see, and it preserves the count value throughout all the renders, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's correct. Basically, it does not directly update on that
Yes,
count.
it is not mutating.
Yeah. So next question I will send you. You can copy the next question, paste it here.
So we have a ref, and we are giving this ref to we are giving this ref to. Where are we using that ref? Correct. Is 0, it is 0. Right? So if I click on this implement ref, so what it will do will increment. So clicking on this button will not trigger the re-render. but it will update the countref plus one. Right? It will be one, but on the screen it will shown as zero because it will not re-render.
Okay.
And if I click on this increment state, the setting state will trigger the re-render, and on the screen it would be one.
Okay. And will there be any change for countref?
Sorry,
Will the countref value also change after you click on increment state?
this one.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, if I click on this increment state, you're asking like if this value will change or not.
Yeah. Will this value change? Let's say you clicked on
No,
increment
no,
ref.
no, 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 no. Because the value of the reference variables preserved throughout the render, so it will not assign the zero as because it will be one.
Okay. So increment count will be one.
Uh,
Increment ref will be one. Like,
yes, this count ref. Yes.
okay.
If I click on this increment state,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You can check. You can check how it.
mm, if I click on this, and it is not being changed right
Okay.
now.
Why it is not being changed? It should change. Can you figure out why it is not changing?
So upon clicking on it, this is not being changed.
Yeah.
They should not. It should not change on this button because we are not updating it here. But it should. That's simple because when I click on this button, it will not trigger the render because the ref doesn't trigger the render. So if I console these count ref, the value is updating in the console, but it is not re-rendering the component. That's why we are not able to see it here.
Can you console it on the button click on button click line number 9? Yeah. Now click on increment ref.
Yes. So the I clicked that increment ref multiple times. That's why the value was became 13, and then next time I clicked on it, so the value became 14. But now if I click on it, the value will change here. It will become 15, but here it will not change.
Yeah. Click that.
Yes.
Yeah. Now
Yes.
click on increment state.
Okay.
On
It
increment
triggered
state that is
it.
updating.
It
Earlier,
triggered
why it
the
was
rerun.
not updating?
Why it is incrementing this count ref? These are on the same level. So this count ref will be incremented when I click on this button.
Yeah, that's when it is incremented. It is not incrementing when you click on
Okay,
the.
okay, okay. The value was 15. Right, right. Got it, got it. The value was 15. So when I clicked on this increment state, the component triggered the re-render and the value seen on this.
What?
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's what happening. Okay, so can you do some Control Z and go back to the previous question I've sent you? Do Control Z few times. Yeah, here if you duplicate line number 10,
Okay.
if you duplicate line number 10, now what will happen in the console and what will happen on the screen in this case?
Okay, so this will not because in React this state change in happens in batch, so it will not do something like 0 + 1 1 and 1 + 1 uh, 1 + 1 2. So it will not work like that. It will be in the console it will be 0, and on the screen it will be on the screen it will be 1.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Now, if I want the result to be 2, like it should be increment by 2. So
Okay.
how we will make the change?
We can use the callback function in that case.
Yeah,
It will take the previous value. In that case, it will be 2.
yeah. So in the screen it will be 2, or in the console where it will be 2.
Okay,
Like
let me
I
just
want both, like in screen and on console. What will happen?
in screen and okay. So current the current value of count is 0 here. It will take it will increment. It will become 0 + 1 1, 1 + 1 2. Mm, this will be best. It will be 0 in the console, but the on the screen it will be 2.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You can check it.
Yes. Now if I click it once again, it will be 2, and here it will be 4. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so what I wanted to do is,
You want that in the console, it also you want 2 and 2, right?
yeah, that is not possible. If you can do
Ah,
that,
that,
will be good.
that's not possible. If
Eh,
not for me, it's not possible. Maybe you have some other method.
No, it is not possible here in React. I also don't
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
the
yeah,
way React works, it is like this.
yeah,
The value of count, it is not possible to change.
yeah. So it will console when I click on the button, right? Yeah.
It will be always previous value.
Yes, yes. So it takes a
Oh,
snapshot. If I'm seeing this component for now, so if I console the count here, right?
mm.
Here also it will be 0, or
Uh,
somewhere
Here,
else.
as our
Yes,
component renders, that will be updated. So
yes.
you will get the updated.
For the current snapshot, it will take this value.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is enough for the output based questions.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now let's do some. So in this one, I want you to implement in this project itself, make a counter like in such a way that, or let me think. Let's go with this checkbox. Okay.
Yeah.
So there will be multiple checkboxes. Let's say there are 4 checkboxes, and we
Okay.
can check each checkbox individually. Okay.
Hmm.
And there will be one select all checkbox on the top. So if we click on select all checkboxes will be selected. And if we uncheck all, and then all checkboxes will be unselected. You got the idea, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And one more thing, if we, let's say, if we selected all, and if we go and uncheck any one of them, all selected checkbox will be unchecked.
No, 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 no. I didn't understand last part. What was
Yeah,
that?
yeah. So there will be one select all checkbox on the top, right?
Hmm.
So if we select on that, all checkboxes will be selected, including that one itself, right? Including the select all the 4 below will
Yes,
be
yes, yes.
checked.
Right, 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 right.
And
Yeah.
if any one of them I uncheck below, select all will be unchecked.
Yes, understood.
So like make it top to bottom, and right now it is coming side by side.
Mhm.
So it should be top to bottom.
I can give some label.
In the label, just give 1 to 3 like number.
Yeah. Mm. Let me do one thing. Hmm. There should be another checkbox for selecting all. Yeah. So if I click on it, all should be selected,
Yes.
and all are selected. In that case, if I select this one, this should be unchecked.
Yeah. And also, if you select manually yourself all the
Yes.
4, then select all will
This-
be automatically checked.
hmm.
Yeah.
What can I do? Just you have to create a
Okay, Ankit, you continue. I'll be back in a minute. Okay.
yeah. Yes, it's working.
Okay, that's good. I'm not seeing like it is working. I know that by seeing the code. Just click on select all. Click
Let
on.
me just let me just do one thing. Let me just add some padding here.
Okay, no problem. It's okay.
If I select, okay. Oh, I haven't add the on change here.
Yes.
Oh, no, 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 no. This will not work. Status dot check one. Right, check two, three. What I'm doing here. Yes.
Now select other ones.
If I click this unchecked, it will not
Yeah. Now select one.
uncheck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's working. Okay. That's
Yep.
it. So we are done with the interview.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now, as usual, if I ask you how many points will you give yourself for this interview? How many points will you
Uh,
give
I
out of
for
10?
interview or for myself?
Uh, for yourself, how you performed in the interview out of 10 points?
I performed very poor 5.5. I will give myself because I
Yeah,
knew the topics,
yeah,
but after some explanation, I remembered that. So I need to do some revision on my need to
okay,
brush up my skills.
okay. And what do you think? Like, this is you have 1 year of experience, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so considering 1 year of experience, will you be selected in this kind of interview?
it depends on the interviewer.
Yeah, so
So I need to I will not be selected, and I
uh,
need to study more and brush up my skills and
mm,
practice as much as I can.
uh, actually you're selected. Like if I'm taking interview, you'll be selected.
Okay.
So the way you
Okay.
performed, it is good. You have clarity
Thank you.
of thoughts, like how the code is
Okay.
working. Even though you are not able to answer some questions, that doesn't mean that you won't be able to do the work. Like uh, you'll be able to do the work, but still you have to improve a lot. But considering one
Yeah.
year of experience, it is very good actually. So
Thanks. Thanks a
you
lot.
will be selected, and I will give you 7.5 points, like
Thank you.
7.58, something like that. Okay. So
Then
in this
what will what will be my package now?
package, we can discuss depending on the company and all.
So it
Yeah, but
was very
definitely
nice
above
talking to
10,
you.
10 LPA you can get.
That's nice.
Mm, yeah. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
and now there are some more questions that I will ask. Then you
Okay.
can say thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what did you learn from this interview?
So I learned that everyone should uh, learn the previous topics. Let's say I have not studied JavaScript from since last 6 months, right? So I'm working on my office projects and office work, but I'm not uh, revi revising those topics. So that everyone should do. So take your notes and study those notes. Yeah, so that everyone should do, and make some small projects where some small feature implement some small features such as this select all checkbox,
Yeah.
right? So I have never implemented in my entire life this
Yes.
project. I
Still,
just
you did it just in 10 minutes.
yeah,
That's very
I just
impressive.
thought and how I can do it.
Yeah.
So just do not make the big project. Make
Yeah.
small projects, and in each project learn one new thing.
Yeah. That's very important. People make very big project and don't learn anything.
Yeah, yeah. They are just copy pasting and from
Yeah.
YouTube and somewhere
Yeah.
else. That's not good.
Yeah. That's very good. Now, do you have any questions for me?
No, no. So I
Okay.
will now what I will do. I will go to your YouTube channel and will
Mm,
see all the topics there, which I
mm,
didn't knew. I didn't know
okay.
that.
Yeah, that will
I
be
have
good.
noted down.
Mm, okay, that's good. Okay, thank you, Ankit.
Thank you,
Okay.
Anurag. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. It
Bye.
was very nice talking to you.
Yeah, same here. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.